This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Loyim, La Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rachah, Kodesh Bakatam. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders, a great millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to this truth. To you, I say Shalom. This is the brother Yahweh Sop out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And I had all kind of lessons planned, but today has been a very interesting day. I'm gonna use that word. Me and the brother experienced some, just Satan turning up, But anyhow, so, when I did get a chance to settle back in, I'm checking through my phone, and Lord and behold, this pops up, and this is newsworthy. Immediately, two scriptures popped in my mind. So, and this needs to be touched on because you're about to see more and more, sedition and these Babylonians, or like the scripture said, the Egyptian versus the Egyptian, because nowadays in this man's kingdom, Esau Edom is the modern day Egyptian. When you go into Masonic, those Masonic orders, a lot of their practices is based on on Egyptian customs. Bear with me for a second. Salakia. So again, I was saying, like those Freemasons, a lot of their practices go back to like the Egyptian, just different mystery schools. Each society had a mystery school, just like you have mystery schools today in modern day Babylon, aka America the Great. That's what the masonry is all about. You know, um, so I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. We're gonna come out with that second Ezra 15 because that is just jumping off the pages right now. So, Lord willingly, this is edifying. It says Pentagon says it will respond to Oklahoma's governor after state's National Guard rejects his mandate. It's by Jamie Crawford 22 hours ago. CNN, the Pentagon said it will respond to Oklahoma's Republican governor after the state National Guard indicated it would thwart a Defense Department mandate that troops be maxed up against, The department said it was aware of a memo issued this week by the Oklahoma National Guard's recently installed adjutant general, adjutant general, which said the organization would not enforce the department's mandate for its troops. Yeah, call lawyer, and that's division. Although the brotherhood is going to be in unity, because they're all flowing in the script, Salakia, and the spirit. You know, this division is actually of the Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It tells you that in the book of Luke. It came not to bring peace, but division. And you seeing that this CV shit has brought such a division in this country. Call lawyer like Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So this man. Because you see a few men and women. Some of these women got more kahunas than some of these men. Like the governor DeSantis that opened up the ports in Florida, while you got what's his name, Galvin Newsom. This fucking devil. You know what I mean? But you got Jake and a lot of them. Californians so lulled to sleep because they getting all that stimulus, not understanding what's gonna take place down there. I was watching the video of this one particular. I think he a terror, but he bring out a lot of good, interesting information. And long story short, he was talking about like in Hawaii, they got like because you got like a lot of homelessness in Hawaii. They were saying basically they made internment camps for the homeless, but they got robotic dogs. Those robotic dogs patrolling the perimeter, and every day you would have to go in front of the dog and get scanned to make sure, like, to check your temperature. Like, yeah, some shit off a movie. Says the department said it was aware of. I read all that. The news in Oklahoma comes as multiple Republican-led states and other groups have filed suit to stop the Biden administration's vaccine requirement for federal contractors. And a federal appeals court on Friday reaffirmed its earlier decision to freeze a separate mandate that private businesses employing more than 100 workers require vaccination or impose testing guidelines for those not vaccinated. So, okay, the two rules slated to go into effect in January cover about 100 million Americans. But the thing is this, you know, I forgot where did I hear this at. I know it was some news outlet. Basically, it was praising the way that Moab, or what you call them, the modern day term form is China. The biblical term is Moab. But the Moabites over in the land of, what they call China, literally, they didn't go and ask and, see how people felt. They went militarily and quarantined people. And it was some guy, advisor, somebody said that that's how America should have approached the situation, and it wouldn't have been as devastating with many cases that actually came from this CV. So they're modeling a lot of things after China because they're trying to keep up with China, because China basically got the whole social credit system going. They got a lot of the AI tech, those artificial intelligence cameras, and, just all kind of stuff going on. Facial recognition cameras, and, you can go, Russia got them going. I was just seeing that, like, you could just go and, and the computers can scan everything. Which we got the technology too. That's what you think this whole 5G network shit is. That's why this man's gonna come out with great wrath, because when he thinking he got it going this way, something, who expected that the National Guard would, that's an army right there. The Lord of Sabaoth put it on that man's spirit to do that. Because again, the vision is of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. When it comes to these 2/3 and these heathens and, all the rest of these nations. But Yasharallah is supposed to be an actual unison, because we all fighting for the same goal, our penny, our portion. We all have the same goal in mind. We want to see the destruction and downfall of this place. I was just thinking earlier today because, I really understand why the 2/3 got to be destroyed, because 2/3 really don't want the Messiah to come back. They content with this shit. Fuck a nigga, man. May the Lord burn their ass with coals of hot fire, for real. And then them ICBMs. It says the news in Oklahoma comes as multiple Republican-led states and other groups have filed suit. I read all that. We are aware of the memo issued by the Oklahoma Adjutant General regarding vaccination for guardsmen and the governor's letter requesting exemption. We will respond to the governor appropriately, Pentagon spokesman. And that's deep, though. Like I said, while the military and certain military branches is enforcing this heavily, where you had troops literally just had to quit the military, you had this general of the National Guard, I don't know how many, men and women would be up under his command, but that's a baby army. And you're going to have pockets of, with all these police officers and soldiers leaving the military, what you think about to happen? The Egyptian versus Egyptian, because who you think going to be doing the most fighting? The day of Jacob's trouble is going to be Jacob in the midst of it, while these Edomites is fighting and tearing down their own kingdom. Call Haloyim La Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says, I read all that. We will respond to the governor appropriately, Pentagon spokesman John Kirby said in a statement to CNN. That says Secretary Austin believes that a vaccinated force is a more ready force. That is why he has ordered mandatory vaccination for the total force, and that includes our National Guard, who contribute significantly to national missions at home and abroad. In the memo, Oklahoma National Guard members issued Thursday, obtained by CNN affiliate Brigadier General Thomas Messina, said the Oklahoma National Guard has rejected the Defense Department's requirement that all service members receive the CV vaccine and will allow personnel to opt out of the policy without repercussions. And then I did a video about the governor of Iowa basically said if you fire because you didn't take this thing, literally, they're allowing you to still receive unemployment. So yeah, if you want to check out this more, you can. This is a pretty long article, but the point has been made. It's on CNN. Oklahoma Pentagon says it will respond to governor after states National Guard reject the vaccine mandate. So, I'm gonna just come out with the second Ezra because, like I said, this is John pages um, today. Second Ezra is chapter 15. I'm gonna go straight. I'm gonna play around with it. We'll start at verse 11. Second Ezra is 15 and 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand. I'm going to start at verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Verse 11. Because today, the modern day Egypt is America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, a.k.a. Nineveh. Because when you go into the scriptures and understand all those wicked kingdoms from the past, America incorporates all that into this society today. That's why it's such a. That's why people so bugged out and so and what's the word? So entranced in this place. You know, don't be surprised. Although all that press and all that negative press, Travis Scott getting that dude when he after he basically had lost life at his concert, he talked about how he's gonna drop two more singles. I could see him having another concert. What's the funny part about it is this: they talking about you can't work in certain jobs without actually having this, concoction. Yet and still, you allow 50,000 motherfuckers to come together, women, men, and children, and then people died as a result. It wasn't no worries about CV or none of that shit. This is how backwards and full of shit this shit is. And I can see him literally being able to have another concert right after this shit. Because how quickly the people forget. They lull back to sleep. Although I've seen personal videos where you had people that literally was there that literally see something going on. So maybe they made it out of the matrix a little bit, but for the majority of these people, the scriptures tell you that the world to come is made for few. This world was made for many. The world to come is made for few. A lot of people gonna catch the missiles on this side. Verse 12: Egypt shall mourn, and I'm going to start at verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. Plagues as before, this pestilence, this unseen enemy. We was just speaking on this CV, the plagues of like the famine, because the famine is a lack of food. It doesn't say that it's no food. It's a lack of food. So it's hard to get food and making food more precious. Scriptures talk about multiple famines. That's one of the plagues that the Most High sent as judgments. I mean, come on, you got TikTok videos right now where people is up there talking about the one video a couple brothers did a video about. It was talking about the one female that was talking about she might have to stop her business because of the fact she runs a cooking business. She talk about how they want $60 for a 4-pack of steak. Better stop eating steak, then. She said for a roast they want over $100. Just because you ain't seen this shit yet, wait till you see it though. It's coming to a city near you. Verse 13. And with the way these people is so selfish and fucking greedy, you think niggas is niggas now. Wait till it come to having to feed their families and feed themselves. You ever seen a nigga in jail, how selfish a nigga can be? Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall bring upon it. That they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And what's the modern day sword? It's the gun. And who got the most guns? These red Hebrew Edomites. Esau Edom. So that one people is going to be the modern day military against all these cops and ex-military that chose not to get that concoction, not to be drinking that Babylonian juice. That didn't want to worship the image. You get what I'm saying? That's the people. And Jay gonna get something too, because basically I'm beginning to see how the persecution gonna come. I mean, I just realized that just in our personal day walk, me and the brother was just speaking on it earlier, how, when Jake come together, you automatically assume, even from your own kind, that you a nigga. So just imagine when they paint the narrative that the being of the Lord is actually like, that's how you know it's gonna all be spiritual. And Lord willing, I'm in that spirit like how Peter and them, the apostles, was in the book of Acts, how they marveled and praised the Most High that they suffered persecution for Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah's namesake. Because it's coming. Being slandered and lied upon. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. These men, this general, just disregarded what their king, who supposed to be JB, because basically the president is the symbol head of the nation. When have you ever heard they created a song talking about "Let's Go Brandon," which really means "fuck Joe Biden"? Call Loyum La Yahabashim Yahushai. We living in some very interesting times. And he just sitting back, that Kamala Harris bitch that ain't even a Jake for real, while you thinking because she got dark complexion that she a Jake. This bitch sit up there telling y'all that she smoke weed and yada, yada, yada. Her people from the islands, she's Jamaican. She East Indian for real. She said all that, got in the office, you ain't seen this bitch since. Just like a devil. Verse 17, a man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You starting to see that? Because they wanted to push out that passport. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like they got one in the land of Israel today with those Khazarians, those fake Amalekites, those Amalekite Jews, those fake Jews, the Jewish. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's the point. I mean, it's a little bit more, but that's the point. The Lord is about to judge the planet, I'll skip to verse 24. Woe, meaning destruction to them that sin and keep not the commandment. Salakia, and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, this is the time to repent, meaning turn back and ask for forgiveness and come back and worship your power. Because that's the only thing that will save you in this trying times. What they don't understand, the same people you looking for salvation from, it tells you woe, and the book of Isaiah tells you woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. You going to these Egyptians to go get help when these is the same people that's setting up your calamity. You know what I mean? All through the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The coming destruction is all through the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So your only way of being saved or spared from it is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So with that, I'm going to end the lesson. Lord willingly was edified. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Loyum La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakodas Bakatham. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives, as well as their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akwath and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly this was edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you I say shalom. So next time I'm able to come with another lesson, shalom, shalom. Wawath lababal, Akim. Shalom, shalom.